Hi, this is Carrie Drzik at the Irish Film Festival Boston, and I am sitting here with Natasha Waugh, director of Terminal. How are you?
Good, really good. Yes, it's lovely to be here.
How have you been enjoying Boston?
Love it, love it, love Boston. It's a real beautiful city. Um, I've always wanted to come here actually, so it's lovely to finally get here. It's beautiful, lovely, kind of chilly at the moment. Snowed yesterday in Cambridge when I was there, but great.
Yeah, we had some really beautiful weather for you. So, for those who may not know, why don't you tell us just a little bit about your film? Which I should say won Director's Choice Best Short at our festival. Here you are. Tell us a little bit about it.
So Terminal is about two women that meet at an airport departure gate or an airport terminal, and both of very different ages and very different circumstances. One is in her mid to late 30s. The other one is 16, and both of them are about to board a train. A train? No, but both of them are about to board a plane.
An air train.
An air train, the air train to Manchester. Both of them are about to board an airplane to Manchester from Ireland to seek safe and legal abortion. Obviously, abortion is illegal in Ireland and carries a criminal sentence, and our legislation takes women's bodily rights away from them when they are pregnant. So this is the only way that women can secure safe abortion is to leave Ireland, and most of them, a lot of them that we know of, will go to the UK. There are other places they go to, but in particular, anyway. So that's what it's about. So they talk about the reasons that brought them to that moment, and how they feel about having to make the journey.
Yeah, so obviously this is a very important subject, not just in Ireland but all over the world. Certainly in a very concentrated form right now in Ireland with the Repeal the Eighth movement, and like some places having those boats that women are going off to. It's horrific, and even here where it is legal, in some states it might as well not be. What? So obviously there's lots of reasons to tell this story, but what was the initial? What was sort of the impetus to get this thing rolling?
For me, anyway, I think it started to really it's something I really started to pay attention to properly. In 2012, there was a woman in Galway, Savita Halapanavar was her name, and she died after she was refused an abortion. She had complications with her pregnancy. She was in a pretty serious condition, and when she requested an abortion, she was refused, and she died because of complications. And this kind of shocked me at the time, and it shocked absolutely everybody. Obviously, the fight for repealing the Eighth Amendment in Ireland is not a new. It's nothing new. It's been going on for decades. But it was just something that it kind of struck me at the time. I thought, oh my God, how could this have happened? And subsequently, I think there was other women that came out about their testimonials at the time that I was really listening to, and I was really keen on listening to those stories. And I think that, coupled with Savita's death, was a real eye opener for me. And I was, listening to all these stories and women going over for different reasons, women going over for really, really heartbreaking reasons like fatal fetal abnormalities. And I thought, why wouldn't you allow this? Why wouldn't you save a life? Why wouldn't you allow a woman a choice to you have to trust women, and that was kind of the impetus for me. Was I really felt that I wanted to understand it better. I wanted other people to understand it better, and I kind of felt like all of these very faceless stories, because it's such a taboo in Ireland. I wanted to give these stories a face and a voice so people could see a human person.
So then, once you had the idea, what was the process like of finding funding? Were you sort of on your own, or did you have collaborators that were helping you find people to sponsor you?
I wasn't entirely on my own, but the film is self-funded. We didn't have a funding body giving us money at the time. I used my own money, and my producer put in some of his own as well. I did. I remember looking at my budget one day and kind of in despair, and reaching out to the film board. But there was no, at the time, the film board actually didn't have any open short film funding scheme. I mean, at the time they were giving all of their short films. They had already given away all their short film funding to the 1916 Shorts program. So, I mean, I did appeal to them, but obviously it was a polite no, not because we didn't like the project, but because, there's nothing open at the moment. So we funded it ourselves. I know myself and my producer David Lynch. He was a very famous name. The two of us have come from a background of making shorts on shoestring budgets. So working with nothing is sort of nothing. It was nothing new to us. So we just knew how to make the best of what we had. And he's a very good producer, so he's good at saying no to me when it came to kind of budgetary decisions. So yeah.
And did you have, I would imagine, where it's subject matter that's so important and people care, did you have, as far as your crew and actors are concerned, were they sort of on board with working for a little less?
Yeah, mostly. I mean, there was people there that I'd worked with a lot before, and I think they were happy to come back on board again. I know the actors were very keen on the script, so that really helped. So they were in it for that. But yeah, we're always very upfront with people. When we can't, unfortunately, we cannot pay them, and they know this. So we make it the best. Try to make it as good for them as possible. Feeding them and giving them expenses and stuff. But yeah, everybody seemed quite keen. They know that because I'd worked with them with a couple of them before. They knew that I'm genuine in my endeavor to make a decent film, and that I'm serious and I'm not messing about with anything. So. Yeah.
Well, it seems like your efforts have paid off. You've had a remarkable festival run. Why don't you talk a little bit about how many places you've been able to take this and what the experience has been like of sharing it with audiences?
Yeah, it's been really, really incredible. Actually, the response has. I kind of hoped that it would be really popular, but I didn't think the reception would be this. It's just been so well received everywhere. So I think we're at about 17 festivals, I think, by now, and one of them will be in LA in June. So yeah, it's been everywhere. It's been in America, it's been UK a lot, and obviously all over Ireland, which has been great because I mean it's important for me telling an Irish story that Irish audiences see it. I think it's definitely a film that holds a mirror up to Irish society at the moment. So it was great to get into loads of Irish festivals. Yeah, it's been a really, really lovely experience, and the audiences have been very receptive. And funnily enough, one of the best audience experiences I've ever had has been here last night in Boston when we screened it. It was incredible. It was lovely to see and hear people's support and people's solidarity with it. That, for me, is always a very emotional experience, because obviously this is subject matter that means an awful lot to me. And as a filmmaker, when people share that, then you kind of feel like, well, I did it right and I did this story justice. And yeah, it's been great. I did prepare myself at the time for some backlash. I mean, obviously this is a divisive issue, so there's always going to be opposition, which I respect. But there hasn't been any, and there's been nobody voicing opposite opinions or anything. But no, it's been great. UK audiences are really lovely as well. I was at a feminist film festival in London last August, and the audience was very similar. They were all very. It was very warmly received there. And Ireland has obviously been great too. It's been the festivals there have been of great support to have a film like Terminal there. So,
well, it's been so lovely having you. Congratulations on your award, and good luck with everything you work on in the future. And I hope that we get to see you back here in Boston.
Definitely. Oh, I'm definitely coming back. I hope I'll make just so long. I'll just make.
We'll have to kick you out. We'll have to be like, okay, you can leave now.
I'll just make films. Just come back to the festival. Yeah. For nothing else, this is my new motivation.
All right. Thank you so much.